Yeah, welcome to another dope episode of HKW Breaking Ground. I'm your host, Logic DGC, and with just 2 Breaking Ground episodes remaining from our first ever pay-per-view battle-tested, things are really starting to heat up. Terrence, tired of Lovecraft and Hate's actions, calls them out. You guys don't understand competition or respect, and I'm sick of y'all. Leon, I know on next week's show, you'll be announcing the opponents for Battle Tested's title match. Well, if I could beat big ol' ugly Diablo tonight, pick us if you're not scared. Russell tries to convince Terrence to let him take the match, but Terrence claims he has to know for sure that he still got it to be a number 2 on the team. Sensing Terrence's shaky confidence, Russell backs down. Vicky starts the promo by asking Mary a question. Hey Mary, do you see those washed up indie losers boo-hooing about the past in their relationship? What a joke. I wish they would kiss and make up and save us the agony of their drama. Mary adds that she just wants to beat them up and start racking up the wins. Vicky agrees. With Battle Tested just 2 more episodes away, BTF ain't feeling like a big-time factor, says Dre. It's all good, bro. I guess we're just gonna have to make them take notice, says X Factor. Dre then adds, why don't we do that tonight? We need a match for Battle Tested, and it's only gonna happen if it's big time and over the top. X Factor, with a mischievous grin, replies to Dre, and I got a big time solution. Breaking Ground! It's that time of the week and I'm glad you tuned in. It's time for storytelling, stories told in a cube ring. We breaking ground, that's just sort of our thing. Making stars out of cars, all trying to get the pin. Body slams and suplex, don't get hit with a super kick. Turn the chops to the chest, anything for the win. Yeah, this is HKW, so stick around while we break ground. It's what I would do. This is breaking ground, this is breaking ground. 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 This is breaking ground. Our first match tonight pits the formidable tag team of Deadly Whispers against the debuting Frontliners. This feud began all the way back in episode 2 when the Frontliners came out on stage after Deadly Whispers' win. Just as expected, this was a very back and forth exhibition. Each combatant had their moment, but it was the Frontliners who were able to target the young and less experienced Akira. Ultimately, on this night, the Frontliners were a little bit better and get their first win. Sakura consoles her little sister who is embarrassed by the loss. Something tells me we haven't heard the last of Deadly Whispers. It was their Bizarro Land match team-up where the rivalry begun. After their win, El Diablo snuck attacked Terrence, causing bad blood between the 2 teams. El Diablo, along with his partner Revenant, have been HKW Tag Team Champs since beating the Finest on episode 2. Terrence came out strong, taking it to El Diablo. He showed glimpses of better days, back when he was on top of his game. Terrence kept the pressure on, a great strategy not permitting the big man to get his second win. But the same strategy that kept El Diablo on his heels is the same strategy that tied Brightwood. El Diablo begins to use his size and strength advantages. El Diablo takes a spent Terrence and delivers a devastating Alabama slam. Leon Lovecraft begins to cheer as he knows how this story is going to end. El Diablo goes for the pin, but shockingly he's only able to get a 2 count. But that only delayed the inevitable and pissed off Diablo, who picks up Terrence and delivers 2 more finishes and is able to pick up the win. If Terrence was feeling insecure about his abilities, this was definitely going to intensify those emotions. What's next for Motherland's finest? BECCA, in the ring, with a huge grin on her face, begins her promo. You know, in less than 2 weeks, REYNA will learn what it is to go up against the Cox sisters. The only reason I'm not in the main event at Battle Tested is because I love my sister and wouldn't want to end her title run so soon. Instead, I'll be the new internet champion. And you, REYNA, will have 2 losses added to your record and no title. Next on the card is my first rival, Dangerous, who is currently 2-0 going up against the singles debuting Caleb Cruz of the Terrible Gentlemen, who is accompanied by new member Chloe. This was a pretty good contest that initially saw Cruz get the upper hand. Eventually, Dangerous was able to overcome what Caleb was throwing at him and picked up the victory. Great showing by Cruz, but Dangerous appears to be on another level. And I'm sorry to say, It might have been me who got him going. Dangarus is now 3-0 and looking to debut on the first rankings on top. I gotta admit, I'm not loving it. Viking Warriors are giving a promo about how every team in the back is ducking them. They are tired of knowing they are the best tag team in the company, but not getting any ring time because of the scared tag teams. Bjornegard continues. Love, craft, and hate. We want a title shot. It's not our fault that we aren't able to rank up due to fear. Be honorable and choose the best competition available. Bjornegard is interrupted by Dre of Big Time Factor. Whoa, 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 X. Did you hear that? Did I just hear this big old Neanderthal call themselves the best competition available? Asks Dre of his tag partner X Factor, who acknowledges that's what he heard as well. Well, it seems we have a conflict of interest, Sasquatch, because we, Big Time Factor, BTF, considers ourselves the best competition available. X Factor continues to say, I got an idea and a way to settle this. We happen to be free for battle tested. And if I'm not mistaken, so are you guys. So why don't we get this rivalry started at HKW's biggest stage up to date? BTF, Viking Warriors, battle tested. Bjornegard quickly accepts before they can change their minds. This pay-per-view is gonna be legendary. Cool-ass Percy Reeves has been very diligent and possibly the smartest about who he's chosen to go up against during the grace period. This is the one and only time in a talent's career that they get to pick their opponents regardless of ranking. Leveling up is a lot easier during the grace period than it is once you've reached eligibility. After 5 matches in the division, all your matches must meet ranking rules. And tonight is no different. Percy convinces the huge but very young and green EZARRO of the Tag Team Native Sons to a match. Even though Percy's picking and choosing talent he's confident in beating, he's a very accomplished combat sports entertainer and slowly putting himself in position for title contention. EZARRO has a bright future, but tonight he takes the L. Outside of the 4-way contenders match, Percy is undefeated. In the ring, the internet champion REYNA stands tall, grasping the women's internet championship. After a moment, she begins to speak. At Battle Tested, I'm not only defending my internet championship, she declares, her voice unwavering. I'll also be challenging for the world championship. And I will be crowned HKW's first women's dual champion, honoring my family's root that had led me to this day. I fought hard to get to this point, and I promise you there's no quit in me. BECCA, Lolo, you're incredible competitors, and I respect and understand what I'm going up against in each match. But at Battle Tested, I'm walking out with both titles. Count on it. If she can do this, well, I just might have found my ace. This match isn't one that's gonna set the world on fire, but it is an important one for the tag teams these two represent. SKYLAR Wesley of the Wesley sisters faces off against Jade Valentine from Crisis in a singles bout, with both wrestlers looking to prove their worth individually as their teams build up for future tag team clashes. SKYLAR Wesley is determined to get her first win and show that the Wesley sisters are more than just a team name. Jade, with her experience and confidence, looks to also add to her win column and solidify Crisis' standing in the division. The match is a showcase of skill and resilience, with both competitors fighting hard but clearly holding back, knowing that a full-blown confrontation is likely down the road in the tag team division. In the end, Jade secures the win, but both wrestlers leave the ring with an understanding that their paths will cross again. Scott Storm makes his debut in this match, and from the get-go, it's clear he wasn't taking Pee Wee seriously. This allows Pee Wee to get the jump on him and get a few licks in, but despite his early offense, Scott was able to withstand everything Pee Wee threw at him. Scott Storm is showing exactly why he's here. OG Pee Wee, despite his bravado, just doesn't stand a chance tonight. Scott appears to have the skill of a potential top talent, and it's nice to see discipline and professionalism in his attitude and demeanor as well. He really comes off as a nice guy. Storm wins with just one devastating cutter. Pee Wee, unfazed by the loss, quickly brushes it off, ready to move on to his next challenge, blaming this loss on bad booking by me, of course. Right, it's my fault. Twister stands in front of the camera in the middle of the ring, visibly angry. I'm out here to address the cowardly attacks on PDG by that hooded assailant last week. Whoever you are, you're nothing but a coward hiding behind a mask. PDG didn't deserve that, and neither does this company. Twista continues. It's guys like you that tarnish championships. I'm calling you out. Come face me if you have the guts. The masked goon appears on the Giantron and lets Twista know that he is doing it for Twista and the company. In a disguised voice, whoever eventually beats you for the title should be worthy, and PDG is not worthy. I'm on your side, but if you ever feel that the weight of the championship is getting to be too much, well, that's when the worthy will appear. And with that, the feed was gone. I knew my safety was definitely in danger in this match between modern day country boys and biblical proportion. Deep down I was hoping that just like my last tag match, I wouldn't be tagged in. This rivalry is at a fever pitch that started all the way back in episode 2. Blood has been spilled and both sides have taken losses. Goliath and Samson did a great job of keeping SBS out of the ring, continuing the beatdowns on Landon and Cooper. After they had finished playing with their food, Goliath thought it would be funny to tag me in to get the pin. Of course I end up messing that up as Landon kicks out at 2. Next thing I hear is SBS tell Landon to finish me as he and Cooper attack Goliath and Samson on the outside of the ring. Then it all goes black for me and I hear the ref count 1, 2, 3. Damn. Goliath, doing his best not to lose it, shot me a look that if looks could kill, I'd already be dead and buried. He tells me, "You put a blemish on my record and that's a no-no. You owe me big time." Then before addressing SBS, he tells me, "And it's Goliath and David," to which I did not object. Then he turns his attention to the camera. "Mr. Sam, you're a week and a half away from your funeral. I've been messing around and playing with you guys for far too long, and look at all the damage I've done. But at Battle Tested, the games end and you go bye-bye." Goliath pauses for dramatic effect, then shouts into the camera, "It's over for ya!" And a catchphrase is born. Make sure y'all tune in next episode for the Go Home Show, the last breaking ground before Battle Tested. We got a great lineup in store for you. It's the week of premieres. We'll see BTF in action as well as BLASIAN. We'll hear from PDG and the World Champ Twista for the last time before Battle Tested. And I'll be announcing the full Battle Tested card. So till then, see you next episode.